Rand Water and Sanitation Deputy Minister David Mahlobo seems positive that Emfuleni municipality sewage issues will be dealt with and resolved soon. Sewage from a polluted Vaal river has been spilling over and the situation seems to be getting worse by the day. The Deputy Minister visited the area earlier today, checking up on the matter and progress being made so far. My colleague, that's eNCA reporter Govan Whittles, following that story for us. He's back with us in the studio now just to give us the latest, to tell us what happened. Govan, very good afternoon to you, and thank you very much for joining us this hour. What did the Deputy Minister actually say today?
Well, the Deputy Minister was in Sewage, part of Emfuleni, to inspect repairs to some of the sewage spills which have really been plaguing the residential areas of Emfuleni. And while there, he weighed in on the Vaal river system and what it would cost to get it up and running again. This is considering the rehabilitation of the water treatment plants that's necessary, as well as dealing with the sewage spills into the Vaal and dealing with general pollution. So he says some heavy rains has washed much of the sewage downstream into the Free State and the Northern Cape. He believes it may have diluted some of the pollution, but they still need to take samples of the water and see what the current pollution levels are in them. Regardless of this, there is a longer-term plan in place to rehabilitate the Vaal river system. It doesn't only include the repair of the plants along the rivers, it also has the water boards allocated to Emfuleni. And this time, Rand Water will be tasked with repairing the sanitation crisis in Emfuleni and also attending to leaks which have also plagued the municipality. But let's listen to David Mahlobo and how much it would cost to repair the Vaal river system.
We have not done the projections around the river system. What we have done is the main infrastructure related work and expansion here. Our figures are indicating that we are requiring about 7.6 billion to revamp the entire system so that we can unlock the economy of Sedibeng and the entire Vaal. At this stage, we have been able as a department to put less than 900 million rands. That Rand Water is starting to use to fix some of these particular problems. But government is very clear. We will leave no stone unturned. We will find that particular money, including working with the private sector, because it's the right thing to do.
Well, those are the views of the Deputy Minister. What did you find out, Govan, about the residents? What have they got to say about their situation?
Well, residents in Emfuleni aren't convinced that the repairs that were undertaken by Rand Water will last. They say that many companies have passed through their suburbs and townships and have attempted to repair these sewage spills. And what happens is that 1 week or 1 day later, the sewage just starts overflowing once again, and it makes the area inhabitable. And this time, they say that even though the Deputy Minister was there with Rand Water officials, they still don't believe that a proper job has been done. This indicates a lack of trust in the municipality following decade-long sewage spills that have now grown to almost every corner of Emfuleni, as the mayor of Emfuleni says. I spoke to one of the residents. Let's have a listen to what she had to say.
They just fix on top. Then when it rains, the cars, then it start all over again. Yeah.
They fixed it 2 weeks ago, but it looks like it's broken again.
They just paste it on top, but underneath it's rotten. They need to take out all the pipes from underneath, because when it starts one house, it affects another house, then it goes. There by my uncle there, it's at the backyard. It runs everywhere in the yard. They can't even eat. All the feces come out.
Well, you also managed, Govan, I understand, to speak with someone from Rand Water. What did they tell you? Are they up to the challenge?
They do believe that they have the capacity to solve the problem, but they say that the agreement they've entered into with the National Department of Water Affairs is for 3 years. That's a 3-year focus on Emfuleni. They believe they can get the job done, but they've also stressed that it's important for residents to contact them as soon as possible. And interestingly, Brad Dan, they've said that the things they're finding in manholes in Gauteng are really concerning. It ranges from entire motors of lawn mowers to gearboxes of vehicles, and huge stones which Rand Water says residents put inside manholes when there is a sewage spill. This inevitably causes backwashing of the drainage system, and then the leak happens at another location and causes an even bigger rupture. Let's have a listen to one of the district managers from Rand Water regarding their intervention.
This intervention it's a huge one, taking into account that it's not only focusing on the sewage problem, but it's the whole value chain of water, end-to-end value chain. We will be focusing, yes, on the pollution, in terms of the sewage, in terms of the 44 pump station, the 3 wastewater treatment works. But in addition to that, we have to look at the water services entirely, looking at the non-revenue water, looking at the water conservation, water demand management, looking at the capacity building, especially capacitation of Metse Alekwa, which is the water services unit at Emfuleni, and making sure that they've got all the resources, including skills, within them, so that when we leave the legacy. We've got the capacity, we've got the resources, we've got experience, we've done it in other provinces, so we do have the knowledge and expertise to do it.